What's up guys, Tay here, back again for another video, and today I want to show you guys a switcher and a slug.
Yo, wait. Why the did Kane leave? You was just out here hating. We be staying out of the way. That's my thought, it's your babe. She don't even want me away. She don't even want you that way. He don't even know what he's saying. She with it. Told her to pop it like Zen. Yeah, she ready. No fancy sale like a wedding. Thought you gon' pop shit while you hezzy. Need to go to fuck up, you be kidding. Nigga, I be high as hell like a pigeon. Nigga so cow, you turn to a fitted. Treat him like two, nigga, I be shit. Shut the fuck up, you ain't getting no dick.
So both of these locos are both made by Athern. They're an older generation of Athern. They're a nice blue box. I guess they call these the Athern blue box that I've heard. I paid for both of these $30 each, and yeah, the box artwork is pretty cool. I like the background. I like the trans on here. I like the light blue. It's a beautiful box. This old generation box is pretty cool to look at, pretty pleasing. Yeah, I paid $30 for each of these locos. So much older, so I don't really have high expectations for them, but I want a kind of a shunter on my layout since the Steam loco broke down. So yeah, I'm happy to see the detail. I want to see how these locos run, and I want to see the overall aesthetics of it. So yeah, let's get right into it. So starting with the switcher, and yeah, looking at the detail now, there's a lot of parts on here that I like, but there are kind of a lot of backlashes that this logo kind of has. Start with the quality of the model. The quality control is actually is better. It's better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to have a lot of parts dropping off, but not really. Not really. A lot of parts dropping off. A lot of detail is molded. Most of the parts that are separately fitted are like the handrails and all that is metal, so they're pretty sturdy. However, they do come out their pockets, which is kind of irritating at sometimes. Looking around this model, yeah, there's not really any wonky parts, not really no glue marks, and some of the metal parts are showing their age, a lot of rust everywhere, which is normal for models of this type of age and price. The $30 of the detail is subpar. It's pretty fine. Um, Looking around this model, there's a lot of molded detail, like I said, the grills, the kind of even the bell, the horns, whistles. Yeah. But what's separately fitted is there, like the handrails, which is mostly what is separately fitted are nice and they're metal, they're quality. There's a lot of models today that have plastic handrails and that's the norm, but not this one. This one has metal handrails. So where to start with the detail? Well, we can start at the bottom like I usually do, looking at the bogies. The bogies are nice. I like that. That's a lot of molded detail on there. Nothing really separately fitted, but it looks nice for what it's got. Going towards the middle where the fuel gauge and the water tanks are for this switcher. That's molded too. Nothing separately fitted, but the molding looks nice. Molding looks really nice on a running board. It was nice and straight, even though it's not it's plastic. It's a body, yeah, it's plastic, but nothing's warped, so it's nice and straight. Um, Looking at the lettering, southern lettering, and the southern print with the logo looks really nice. It's kind of fading away a little bit, but nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. It looks actually really nice. The printing on the logo is pretty nice on there. Everything like the painting on here is really good. It's really nice. Going towards the front with the grills. The grills are not edged, but they are molded nicely. Um, Going towards the front. Well, staying at the front. Yeah, headlight. I think the headlight at this era, the headlight may be a bulb. It might not be an LED, but if it's a bulb, I hope it lights up. I think it does. Going towards staying at the front, the handrails are nice and metal. They're rusty, so it's showing its age, but they're there. So nothing nothing bad. The steps are nicely detailed, nicely molded. No front coupling though, which is a kind of a pity. Going towards the top with the two smokestacks up here. There is a bell. No, well, it just doesn't work obviously, but it is nicely molded, nicely detailed. Or was it separately fitted? I think it's molded. Yeah, it's molded. The horns are there. Then, well, I say horns. The one horn is there. It looks pretty nice. Nicely molded on there. The cab. Looking inside the cab, there is no cab detail, sadly, but there is glazing in the windows. So the windows look good. All the many windows as it has. Going towards the back of the loco, we have kind of no handrails here. There's a lot of holes in that on the back of the switches. There's a lot of holes, so wherever the handrails are, I'll be able to find them. Going towards still in the back, we have a handrail falling out of the socket. I'm gonna fix that soon enough. We have a nice KD coupling back here. Good quality coupling that. Going towards the side of the cab again, we have a nice printing of 2400. Nice number. And sorry I went through that pretty quickly, but yeah, there's a lot of detail in here that looks really good. The quality of the painting, the quality of the detail is nice. It's just showing its age that most of the handrails are rusting, and yeah, it's showing its age for what it is, and which is fine, which is normal for these type of locos when you buy them secondhand. So yeah, the detail on here looks good. So let's see about the Slug. Let's see about the other aspect of the switcher. So here we are, guys, on to the Slug, and yeah, this isn't really different to the 1200, but only thing that's new here is the handrails. To be honest, the ones I kind of put on because they had extra in the bag and some that were broken off, but really not much on here that's different. I mean, other than the different colored bogey details, which they look worse on here than the switcher does. But these slugs were really only used for extra power, which makes sense since if the switcher couldn't handle some of the work, the slugs would help push it along. So that's pretty nice to have. But really just about the same amount of detail, which is prototypical. Not much on here that's different. Although there is a really a gap line over here that shows the opening of the this socket. Well, opening this part where you can oil the bogey or oil the gears or do whatever to get easy access to the mechanism, which is pretty handy. But what's bad about it is it creates this bad seam line or bad gap. So that's helpful, but the gap is just a little bit too big. But overall, nothing really changed on this Slug other than just the cab, other than it having no cab. So without further ado, let's get downstairs and let's run both. All right, guys, so we are back on down to the layout, and yeah, from a distance it looks pretty well. I already did the mechanism section, so I'll show you guys that in a minute. But for now, let's test the slow speed, and let's see how slow this train runs. I'm sorry for the absolute travesty of a mess we got back there, but let's try it. So I guess we're gonna take one of them off. We can start with the switcher. So take the Slug off real quick. Got the switcher here. Yeah, let's try it forward direction. Here we go. A little bit grouchy. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, let's put it on the stretch for a little bit. Kind of unhappy happy. Yeah, I can see a lot of sparks coming from the track, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a lot of sparks. So it's drawing a lot of current. Yeah, let's test out that slow speed. Let's go. Turn it up. Turn it up. Going into a curl. It's cogging. It's a little bit. It's very slow. It's not smooth though, but it's nice and slow. Look at that. And get to us. It's moving. It's very slow. Extreme. Wow. It's honestly good. Turn up, can I gradually go into a nice steady pull off? Yeah, it can. It's not bad at all. Let's go forward direction. And it keeps cutting out. Come on. Maybe it's to cut out a lot. It's cutting out on one piece of track, I'm afraid. It'll start from here. Still doing it. Oh man. I like to do the slow speed in the forward direction for some reason. Yeah, it really doesn't. It only wants to go fast in the forward direction. Let's test out the torque real quick. 50%. Yeah, not much power there, so it's not gonna be hauling a lot anyway, but I wanted to have a little bit more torque. Let's test it at the higher speeds. I'm gonna go past the camera at 50%. Let's try it. 50% speed. Not bad for a shunter, not bad. Let's go back at the higher speeds. 100%. Here kind of fast for 100%, but at full speed, so you never really see a shunter go that fast. Yeah, the bulb on this, there's a bulb, so any of the really sensible speed is gonna be kind of dim. Then at the higher speeds, it's gonna be shining bright, which is kind of shoddy. I don't really like that at all. So yeah, with that further ado, let's test out the slug. All right, so here's the slug. Test out the slow speed on this. So that's how it even runs. Yeah, nice gentle start off from the slug. Yeah, this is only used for additional power, honestly. So I don't really expect much of performance differences, but we're gonna see anyway. Still has the same cutout problem as the other one, as its twin. Could be my controller, could be, I don't know really what it is, but yeah, running this back and forth. You can see that flywheel effect. They both have good flywheel. It seems like to me like they must both have good flywheels in there, so. You guys will see the mechanism in a minute. Yeah, you can see how the stop doesn't really stop on the dime. It really kind of propels itself forward before it stops. Look, turn it off. Yeah, that's good. Set the slow speed, 50%. Well, not 50%, just going up, turning up. Ooh, as you guys can see, it's moving. It's moving a lot. It's moving. You hear the motor a little bit cogging, but it's super smooth. That's amazing. That's an amazing slow speed. Wow. Backwards? Can do it backwards? Turning up. Turning up. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's beautiful. Wow. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That is nice. Turn it up. Can it prepare? Yeah, nice smooth acceleration. That's beautiful. Wow, Athern. Oh, I've heard Athern models with some good quality. Yeah, that's nice. Let's test out the speed. It's 50%. Is it geared correctly? Let's see it. 50%. Yeah, that's about normal speed. I like that. Well, I got way more than the switcher. Going back 100% forward. Not a pocket rocket, but it's fine. That's good speed though. Sensible speed. So how about this? We're gonna run both of them in. One is gonna be in the inner track, one is gonna be on the outside track. And while they run in, I'm gonna show you guys the mechanism. So the mechanism of the slug and the switch are both the same, like exactly the same. They both have a bulb in the inside the chassis. They both have the same motor, the same flywheel, same almost everything. Only difference is the size of where the lights are placed, but that's about it. Really nothing much different. Diving deep into the motor. The motor is a nice 5-pole skew wound, so it's pretty strong with dual flywheel. So the flywheel effect is really strong on both of these locomotives. Going towards the bottom of the locomotive, where the wheels are of course metal. And the axles aren't plastic though; they just have plastic cases on top on them, so they're nice and quality. The bearings are on the outside. On the outside of wheels as to the inside, which is they also do the picking up, so that explains why they're on the outside of the wheel. Yeah, and I wish this I guess at this era bulbs were kind of common, but if I could replace this with LED, I can, because I like LEDs more than bulbs. But yeah, great chassis, great motor. I like the build quality of both mechanisms. So without a good mechanism, locomotives can't run. And Athern have proved that they can make really good mechanisms and really good locos with good quality. So yeah, mechanisms are really good. Let's get back down to the layout and let's have a running session with these locos because I really like both of them. So this has been a good review so far. Alright guys, I am back, and I'm sorry for the change in my voice. I am very frustrated. Not with these locos, of course. These are fine. It's just my power, the spectrum control. Something's going on with the controller. Sometimes I cut tight at random times, and some of my power plugs aren't working for some reason. So with that all out the way, let's test out the slow speed of both of them real quick. We're gonna start with the slug. I'm gonna take out the gauge master controller. Just for better running, because it seemed like it was better on here than the gauge master. So yeah, let's get that on there. Slow speed. A little bit faster. The slug is a lot better, but they're both good. The slug is just a lot better. Yeah, the switcher is a lot more coggier. It's moving, but it's only that's the slowest thing to go. I can't even back into a crawl. Although it's crawling right now, and they're both extremely well. It's just one is just coggy and one isn't. This one into moving is nice though. That's beautiful. Yeah. So both are really good slow speeds. Both are really good slow speeds again. Nothing's really changed. It has gotten a little bit quieter, but still a little grouchy. So let's put a train together and let's run both of them together. As they're meant to be on the same track. So yeah, let's run both of them together. So the switches are together. I got the train over here that's gonna be pulling So let's back it up and let's see how well this can take this little 5-car train. Maybe I already have a couple. Yes, it is. So let's pull off slow. Let's see how slow I can do this. Oh my goodness, they're both nice at slow speed. So slower I can pull out. Nice jump to speed. We'll go about. I'll go about there. We'll go about 60, 65. Yeah. No, 55. Yeah, 55. All right. I'll put a train on the track and let's have a running session. So this one's running, but this one, these two aren't, and I don't know if it's an overload. I don't know what it is, but it just stops randomly, and I know it's not the loco. I know it's on the loco because I tried multiple locos on this track, and when the controller has cut out like this, I started to try out multiple locos, and they never ran, especially like the Class 56 and the 58. You know, the runners that always run on this outside lane. I'll always run on this outside track. They don't work when this controller is cut out for. Well, the controller has this unknown issue, and turn it off and on. I tried to change the direction, changing up the chords, and nothing's happening. So I don't know if it's a controller overload. I mean, I've ran this loco with a GG1 many times. I run a Class 66 on it. I done double-headed with so many controllers. So many trains on with this controller. So I don't know what's going on. I honestly don't. I couldn't really tell you what's going on. So yeah, this has been having a problem. So if you guys can tell me in the comments if y'all have a controller like this, or this is the same controller that you guys have that also has this problem, reach out, tell me how y'all solved it, and tell me how to fix this problem, because I can't have this. So I'm trying to get a new controller soon, and yeah, that's going to be another video. So thank you guys for watching. I really enjoyed looking at both of these locos. It's a pity that the controller really didn't work, but I try to get as many clips as I can of it running before the controller cut out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you.
Yo, wait. Why the did Kane leave? You was just out here hating. We be staying out of the way. That's my thought, it's your bag. She don't even want me away. She don't even want you that way. He don't even know what he's saying. She wet as hell, told her to pop it like Zen. Yeah, she ready. No fancy sell like a wedding. Thought you gon' pop shit while you hezzy. Need to go to fuck up, you be kidding. Nigga, I be high as hell like a pigeon. Nigga so cow, you turn to a fitness. She don't like two, nigga, I be shit. Shut the fuck up, you ain't getting no dick.